We think of Andy Warhol as this very famous or superficial man, but Warhol's faith is a lesser-known aspect of his life. The more that he becomes well-known, the more that his spirituality is obscured.
Complicating that and extending and opening the narrative is something that our viewers are always looking for. To be able to kind of track back to some of the specificities about growing up in a Byzantine Catholic church and understanding how those sort of appear and reappear throughout his career. So I think it's a really interesting way to continue the conversation about an artist who many people might feel they know everything about, but can perhaps take a new sort of approach to experiencing Warhol's career and his work. Revelation actually encompasses Warhol's entire career. This exhibition is about how Catholicism and Warhol's Catholic upbringing is imprinted throughout his career in a variety of media, in amazing works that range from incredibly large scale to incredibly intimate.
The exhibition is broken down into several chapters, and one of them focuses on Warhol's immigrant roots in Pittsburgh and his childhood. There's another gallery that talks about Warhol and his relationship to women. We've got a really interesting area that focuses on Warhol and his connection to the Renaissance. But what's really unique about this exhibition is that we start off in Pittsburgh. In the exhibition, we actually have a lot of source material based off Warhol's childhood. When he was a child, he was attending church in his neighborhood, St. John Chrysostom. His mother, who was widowed, would raise Warhol and his two other brothers, but she would also really cultivate his religious side, but also his artistic practice because she herself was a self-taught artist. When you walk into this exhibition, you'll see Julia's influence. It really shows the private relationship he had with his mother, but also the way that he really cherished the relationship that he had.
There's something really fascinating about taking this iconic person and this figure in art history and humanizing him. There's so much ephemera in the show. Ephemera, of course, being the little stuff, the information that Warhol used to research these objects. My perception of Warhol has changed immensely since working on this exhibition. As a feminist art curator, Warhol was certainly not in my wheelhouse. However, I learned so much about Warhol. The exhibition really looks critically at Warhol's not just images of women, but some of those biblical underpinnings where we see kind of patriarchal pitting women against each other in these iconic, moralizing roles.
Religion is very complex. I don't think that the exhibition is trying to define how faithful Warhol was, how good he was. Religion's a complicated thing, but also to be queer and spiritual. I think a lot of contemporary audiences can relate to that, and I think they're going to walk away and say, wow, Andy was more complex than I thought.
There's a way that the exhibition really allows these complexities of who we are in public, who we are in private. The idea that you can connect to something higher and that you can find yourself as complex, as messy, as imperfect as you are as yourself against all of that.